Good morning. My name is Dynamus. There's some information, some new information that has come to me in this regard. And I say to the system, pay attention. Because Amos is Dynamus. Dynamus is Amos. Now, I am supreme. I am the grand, and I could be. I have commanded. I am the Bahamian sovereign, and I speak directly to the sovereign Grand Commander of the Supreme Council of my order. Of my order. My father order. And I say to y'all, it all belongs to this young man. Now, I have been totally rude. The way I would have burst into the homes and offices and all over the world. And I stand before the people of this world and I humbly apologize as I was in my quest for knowledge in respect to how my little black feet got not only to Pinefield Acklands, but from Pinefield Acklands numerous of times, and now resides in New Providence, where I was born in 1970. You know, I can say some things to get to the point. Okay? But I'll say this, secularism, as far as I can see it, I will, what is the word again? Obliterate? A nut. That's Latin. A nut. A nut. Will, listen now, obliterate things the way it is. This is what some things mean on some things, on some symbols written in Latin. Yes, like I said before, in an English speaking world. And y'all really honestly think, if I said the Spirit of the Most High allowed, whether it was a messenger, because it was a distance away in 1976. My name is in your symbol. My grandfather was king. Now I know. Y'all call him president until he died. Now Ferguson is next in the book, providing the Ferguson house, the Ferguson name, as relates to commonage, historical, sovereign, preamble type, universal speaking. You got to get used to dealing with this young man. Now, I am on the nation of Israel side. I am on the Hebrew people, Israelite side. Now, nuclear bombs, yes, can obliterate a nation. Like a nation in the Pacific was well, you could say obliterated. Excuse me. Good morning. It is now 9:45. I praise Yahweh in the spirit and in the manners and in the respect that is due. And even more. Why? Because in modern language, people have called me crazy. In other words, they have called Amos a nut. But not one of them would want Amos to call them or their children one name. And guess what it is? A God. Why wouldn't you want me to call your children a God? If you claim you're a Christian, you believe in Jesus the Christ, the Yeshua. Okay? We're going to do some history lesson in this country. Now, Freemason equal Masons. F&M and PLP equals Masons. I just told y'all how we arrive at Masons. Masons, the Mason is a title. Freemason, in my view, have the engine, the workers. Now, I don't want to one-plate me, because I step away. I have it now in my possession. I went and get it. Specifically for this morning. Some information. Now, there is no mistake. One. Now, these are records that I'm going to blow or obliterate. Okay? Obliterate the Bahamas and the Bahamian people problem. I'm going to obliterate the Bahamas and the Bahamian people. Our problem? I am, with the great help of the Spirit behind this. Do you all understand my talent now? Do you all understand it? All right. Pay attention. My name is Amos J. Miller Israel. And I was born 106 years after some establishment was established by man. Yahweh allowed some people to live in this world. Okay? Now, we can go back to 1964 and call the name at the time of the sovereign Grand Commander of the Supreme Council. I can do that. I believe in this resurrection. It represents the black man, his penis, and the power of it. This is why they say we talk. Most of us black men speak. We don't think with our head. We don't speak from our head. We speak from our penis. For me, there was a time when that cost me. Because, like Hosea chapter 4, verse 8 says, I was perishing because of the lack of certain information. Now, this type of talking, confession, testimony, witness, declaration, this is hereditary. And contrary to this is vagrancy. Vagrants becoming vagrantically a nut. So when you talk about crazy people in the country, make sure you define them properly. Because I'll put the capital letters in these words for y'all. There is no opposition, Bahamas. Now is the time to take your government back. I am telling, in fact, I am ordering and declaring a, so to speak, a mis-election by way of new information that have come to me. And if the information come to me, like, for example, not that one yet, this information I went for in 2011, y'all do the maths. 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 2011. My 4 is missing. Now 1 out of the 4 is a traitor. My 3 children is important. Joshua, 13, birth date, April 10, 2013, born, 2000. Suma will be 5 in December, born, 2008 to now. That's 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. 6 is the number of man, brother. And this symbol, with this symbol, and these names, Miss Christie, Prime Minister Perry, Right Honorable Prime Minister Perry Glaston Christie, to your son Stephen Christie, Hubert Alexander Ingram and his family. These records says this young man is not no joke or no joke key fella to mess with. Not me. My name is in symbol, in the most important symbol to secularism people on the planet. Okay? Now, y'all don't want me to explain that, one, I don't like secularism, especially when it takes the rights of others and give them to dogs or animals. Prefer to see animals prosper. Now you see it, right? Look good. Yep, look good. This is common sense, people. And by the way, I'm recycling the planet. I'm obliterating the planet by recycling. All right? You see this? How much of this was sold? Paper clip. Paper, I say paper clip. And 14 minutes and 21. That's why I love iPhone. Now, take a good look. Original. Handwriting. In my handwriting, and I'm still studying, and I ain't put it all together yet. $100 billion is owed to this young man. This young man, back in, what y'all let's call it, retroactive. Not only this young man, $100 billion, double now is owed to the Bahamian people. Why? Bahamas, I can speak like this. and the most powerful mediums in the world can't stop it. This symbol, I stand to loan powerful history, to be supported by powerful history and respect to this symbol. And with this symbol, your brother Amos is conquering the world. According to the, what? Now hold on now. Steve McKinney, Wendell Jones, Ortland Bodie, Darrell Miller. This is who it was all about when it comes to this country. Yes, it was about everyone brought here. But you see, everyone brought here don't want to go back in respect to Hosea 4 and verse 8, in respect to history. So I stand with those out there who cannot claim royal status in respect to history, but can say, if I stand with Amos and turn away 180 degrees, turn around and listen more to this brother and ask him to come, even if I have to pay him, knowing that brother have 3 children, they don't want me to unloose and unleash the spirit of the Most High Yahweh's anger on them, which represents judgment. For them, it represents judgment. The J in the middle of my name, Amos J, is used to stand for Junior. I am my father, biological father, oldest child. Why is these books in my hand, Uncle Ashlyn? Inspector Anton Miller, aide to the Governor General. Right now, Sir Ada folks, why Anton and Sharon, your sister, Miller, your daddy Ashlyn, the oldest, why is these books in my hand? For the very same reason, all 3 of y'all betrayed the man of this book. Before y'all had enough sense to, one, remember why you ought to have manners and respect for this man. Okay, now I got not only this man's spirit with me, but I got on my weakest side, the side where my goddess, because you're looking at a God-thinking brother, made in Yahweh's likeness and Yeshua's image. The Father and the Son is one. Reparation. $200 billion reparation. You're lucky. I don't ask for more. Tomorrow, I go to court to answer a charge. That won't happen. What the Free National Movement leaders, Hubert Alexander Ingram, the Free National Movement Party, opposition now, but as government, last year, it's not a year yet, they go back 5 extra days, go back 5 years, did not want, if he did win, because of these records and what I'm telling the world, this young man would have spent 37 years. Because why? His grandfather is what? President. The association meeting was called to order at 5 o'clock p.m. The 24th Psalms was repeated collectively. Prayer was led by the president. That's book 1. That's the minutes. 1969, okay, Scotch out. 6, I'm the 6th, the government who I'm talking to, the United Nations Security Council. And every evil leader ruining and ruling over the black Hebrew Israelite today is who I speak to. This is not racism. This is black biblical history. And I'm telling y'all, from this day forward, Amos, Junior, that Junior is still now, I put that where I give that to my son, who is my junior. Need 3 surgeries. Born 5 months in 2000. That's the same time here, around the time Jeffrey R. Amell got his job. My ex-wife pushed that boy out of the world. And today, she don't care when he get his surgery. This day, I'm going to court tomorrow. This day, Wednesday, the 17th of April, 7 days now after his birthday, April 10 passed. April 10 passed also represented 1 year since the FNM, or I have to say, the courts in our country, let me say it this way, would have written in dates when this young lady and I would have been divorced without warning. We're talking about 12 years and 9 months later, add 6 months if you like for the dating, okay, without going to one counselor. Bishop Neil Clarence Ellis, first cousin Tiffany Patricia Rowley. Yes, ma'am, that's you. What is this game y'all thought Amos J. Miller Israel was not going to find out? This is the conspiracy, and this is how great it is, and this is why I'm calling for the two prime minister, the sitting and former, who would have served the people for 21 years, to be investigated for high conspiracy on this level. This is a brand new charge, by the way. High treason, high conspiracy to commit high treason against this man and the people of this book. Now, for the most of rich in this book, all their family, check out their names, check out their offspring, they set. Check out Amos, every direction I tried to go in the last 40 years. I'm 43, the 2nd of June. These people found a way to stop me, but I did not let the names of their family fall to the ground. I will hold up these 3 stones, as far as I'm concerned, that the builders of this modern so-called 1992 to 2013 government would have done. I'm telling you, for 25 years, Sir Lyndon upheld the people, especially great names on the different islands, because of rich around this kind of time, people. All of your family lived on those islands. The reason why most of you, if you find yourself with very good jobs, have them, it's because you are not the problem. You're not. It's going to be a long time before, by rightful passage, the Spirit come down. It does not, So the Spirit comes down. Why am I? Did you all forget my confessions before the world? He said he will reward me 100-fold in this world, in this life, on this planet, before I die, and then in the life to come. Y'all don't want to know what the Spirit taught me just for this morning. It's enough to make this statement. I'm sending a strong caution to the United Nations Security Council. I'm not as stupid as some people told y'all I was. I was angry because my wife, I love this lady so much, betrayed me. And she was making me to believe others were the one responsible for this betrayal. When technically it is true. But on the level she did it, and why she did it, was because of job, the money, the transportation, free gas, and this life, the ability to be able to get money from here and there. Listen, you betrayed me. You betrayed the royal heir, my lord's sister. Now, how do you feel this morning that there is no government, including the Bahamian government on the planet, want to open their mouth and challenge what I'm saying? Because I can fill in these blanks, and I can fill them in with a whole lot of different things, and show you all other ways to recycle, like I would have shown you all before. Caution. I also caution every government on this earth and planet. If your government is in the skies, like some of the presidents, in the case of an emergency, hit the skies, God sees and knows all things. I thank God my hands are clean in this country. They tried to take away my history. I'm talking about Hubert Ingram and Perry Christie for the royal family. They got the interest for something like this. They were the slave masters at the time trying to kill off the black people, like Hubert Ingram and Perry Christie continued, or at least reconstructed. And everything that was good, that was built up and created in 25 years, they destroyed in 21. But I'm telling you, before they were able to do it on year 22, look what they have to deal with. Now, these are only the books for Auckland's Cricket Island and Long Key Association, the ACLA. What and where is the other books for the other islands? My grandfather, 52 years. Let me see who reigned before then. Listen, the highest man in your Freemason and in your Mason, 1964. Okay? Pardon me, 1864. Served for 6 years. All right? To bring it to 1870. So in other words, in less than 106 years, Yahweh showed up and showed the religious people in the Bahamas and your so-called teachers who went to schools, found out a whole lot of stuff and a whole lot of stuff with a whole lot of knowledge which represents nothing. Put it in the book. That's what they say if you hide it from the black man. Well, I ran back for these books and I read them. I went back to the internet and I read them because I read the European version of the Holy Scriptures. Do I need to say anymore? And the thing is, I'm not even angry with anyone. I'm just telling you all. And I am write down one or two little points just to keep in my mind. But I don't need to write anything down. Look at my head. This is what you're trying to draw. Something going up. Like humans reaching. Reach far back in your mind, Bahamas. And make a 180-degree spiritual turnaround. Oh, by the way, that comes by studying your black history if you're black. If you're white, that comes studying your white history. And when we both, black and white, study who we are and then come together, and the Bible says, I saw the Lord standing by a wall with a plumb line, not a level line, a plumb. No more shall the seed, the black seed, have to lay down on their back, level, or the young woman, or the little boy, or the little girl, lay down, mommy, daddy, lay down, rise. This is why the sun rises in the east. This is what y'all brought me here for. From west, from east to west. Well, now, I live in the west, but my spirit, my ancestral, spiritual, historical facts and knowledge is east. And if someone wish to challenge me on anything, I say, I promise. Novus Ordo Seclorum. Do y'all know what that means? In this day and time, it don't make me. No, never mind. Because I could tell y'all, that means Bahamas unto the world. Novel order secularism. Well, listen, I come to obliterate secularism. As long as secularism, as long as your novus order secularism, as long as the order in respect to your secularism, making your money, your stocks and all this, or everything which you're all into. Picture a young man, in 2013. He's not crazy. But I want you all to put yourself in my shoe. For 40 years, technically 43 years, they hid this kind of knowledge from you. You are rightful heir. Your father before you was rightful heir. But because he was not a lawyer at the time, and the man who was lawyers at the time who found that out, they came like a roaring beast trying to tear everything that represents and move the people further and further away from the olden foundation. See, these are the old documents. Y'all got the new ones. What Hubert Ingram and Perry Christie legislated. Since they come, these go along with the legislation Sir Lyndon legislated. Yet, There are absolutely many issues in there. This Sir Linden was not perfect either. But I will hang myself on his policies and these records to compare with your policies and the records that now exist when you all heard Willis Miller was dead. I carry these people. Christ carry the lamb or the the lamb. This is my lamb right here. These, or I am the lamb. These are my gods. You call them ancestors. I bow upon their I bow before Yahweh, who's God Almighty, who would have given us these people. Spirit of the living Christ. They can't touch our preamble unless they come in to improve on it. And you can't improve on anything if you're corrupt. Hubert Ingram and Perry Christie cannot be allowed to improve on anything. Perry Gaston Christie has 3 DVDs that shows that I have extreme talent from the 12th of June 2012. This is now, but he's really slow for truth. Wednesday, the 17th of April. You have lost your job because you, like Mr. Ingram, thought y'all could stop this, or that they thought with my name being found in certain letters, with my name being found in certain books, Men and Votes, the book Men and Votes, my name being found in your symbol that I have shown the people, but I have not I have one of the greatest sight on the planet, and I just saw it today. That is why this DVD is necessary. Now, secularism means to make secular separate from religious or spiritual connection or influence. In other words, these people is secular. They ain't no religious. They ain't no religious or spiritual. Because some people, they know religious, so they're going to deal with the religious. They know they're working for the religious people, trying to keep down. And the religious people is all who refuse, whether you're black or white, refuse to either recognize what happened to the black people in the past was wrong, and if reparation is good for one race of people, then reparation should be good for these black set. Now, before July 10th, 2013, guess what? Watch and see, world and Bahamas, what type of conversation you're going to start hearing. Because that conversation on 96.9 this morning. Where is HEIR? You can't talk about witchcraft in my country because of this laws with Hubert Ingram, HEIR, them set up. Perry Christie, you came in and you never changed anything. Slow. You are as well. In any way, I don't hate you and I don't hate Mr. Ingram. And if you ask me, I told the people of the world long time. I knew the outside influence was influencing these men to do these things. So I don't really have anything to say to them, When you hear me say I am asking the people of the Bahamas to investigate these 2 men for corruption and treason, that's because I'm asking the people of the world to do the same in their country. And it's only relative and relevant to those who know they have done everything in their power, but they still are working paycheck to paycheck, and in most cases, for the majority, don't even have a job. We have over 15%. Well, I always like to double or triple whatever they say. They're liars. They into same-sex marriage, gambling, and all this nonsense. Giving your natural resources over to foreigners. And by the way, the foreigners gave a lot to us. Did they not lend us their money? So is this one of the questions that could be asked? Did they lend the Bahamian people and the Bahamas all this money over the years, because these so-called political leaders, like Amos was telling you about this conspiracy to defraud us out of our natural resources and assets and our natural historical foundations and pillars, and the people in these books represent, all of you. So if they change, if I then, knowing this, allow these 2 corrupt people to play on y'all imagination, because y'all didn't know what I'm telling y'all, and y'all now are going to study. You explain to me. And Yahweh, from the 2nd and 3rd BC, Yahweh, the name Yahweh, one of the names of God, what they keep telling us name, God said, when you clean up your heart, and clean up your mind, and clean up your soul, or by the way, you only can do that to the best of your ability. You're going to still do some things with him. That's not about what it's about. It's Christ and died for that. He expects for us to try and do it. And then understand the scriptures, not only with your pet. This is the scriptures, your people, the old people back then, everybody was equal, everybody was in church, them people was spiritual. Even though the spiritual, the religious had control over the spiritual, we were according to the Europeans. And we are according to the European version of the truth. We are the unorganized truth. All right? Who's allowing the organized lie to control us. This is called order. Y'all have a nice day now. I'll be back, by the way. I'm tired. Just one PS. This one is for President Obama, the King of Spain, the new Pope of the Church of Rome, the new one, and the outgoing one. This is also primarily, fundamentally, for two now in London. The government of Great Britain and the royal family of England. I am number 6. Have a great day.